In this story, we're journeying far beyond the British mainland and journeying deep into the west. On this railroad, the sun rarely shines most of the year. There's snowdrifts and all, but the trains keep going through like it's nothing. If you travel over a hill or a mountain or two, you'll find yourself at a little city bustling with industry. There's restaurants, cafes, construction yards and very tall cranes, lifting and loading all day and all night. But our story doesn't concern this city. It doesn't concern the houses, as beyond those is a railroad. A large yard, a station, and of course, the sheds. Unlike our friends on Sodor, these engines have to travel far and wide, over hills larger than even Gordon's Hill. So when they come back, they all sleep in a large roundhouse shed. Well, the bigger, stronger, and much more important engines do. Though right beside it is a smaller shed, with no walls, so it's very cold. This is where another engine sleeps. A small little tank engine. Well, small by American standards. She doesn't get to go out as much. The only thing she gets to do is shunt trains in the yard. Her name is Tilly, a little shunting engine. She doesn't have many friends. Well, besides a little bird that decided to perch upon her lamp one day and never leave. Though for as sympathetic as she may sound, she can be a bit cheeky.
Alright, this is gonna be funny. Man.
Oh, then everyone. You! You get back here so I can give you a piece of my mind, said the big diesel.
Oh, sorry, I gotta see a coach about a train.
And she puffed away laughing. I tell you, that engine has no class, and no respect for respectable engines. You, an engine worth of respect? Heh, I'll believe it when I see it. Meanwhile, Tilly puffed up to the yard manager, quite excited.
So, any trains I gotta pull today?
No, and you never will. I keep telling you this, Tilly. You're a yard shunter. You don't take trains across the mountain. Now go shunt those trains. That little box cab needs all the help he can get. Yes, sir. Tilly puffed away in a huff. You see, she's always wanted to take trains beyond the station, but the manager always stopped her.
Silly coaches. Oh, hello, Tilly. Morning to you too. Say, what's got you so glum?
Asked Philip.
Oh, it's really nothing, Philip. I just want to see the world like the bigger engines, you know? Go over the mountain. I think I could do it. Well, if you think you can, why don't you just go? Just grab one of these trains and we'll skedaddle. You think I haven't tried that? Jebediah's, Pete's, even Farnsworth. I've tried all of it, but the yard manager always stops me.
Well, I wish I could help, but I don't really know how. Anyway, there's gonna be a big storm tonight, so we better get to work. Sharpish.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the storm. Alright, you get these to the platform, I'll handle Pete's train.
And the two scampered back to work. Soon enough, they were all shunting their trains, getting them ready for the big storm that night. No need for you to rush, you little lunchbox. Even with the big engines teasing, Philip never let their words get to him. Meanwhile, Tilly was still upset, and Jebediah knew so. He knew Tilly all too well, and knew when she wasn't feeling alright.
Are you dreaming about taking a train again?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I remember my first journey across the mountain.
Jebediah began.
It was a wonderful sight the first time round.
And that's why I'm so interested. See what you saw.
Oh, I tell you, it's nothing really.
It's not just that. I just want to pull a real train again. So I can be a proper engine just like you.
Oh, you are a proper engine. Just not wanting to pull trains.
Well, I want to pull trains.
And I wish you could. But until the manager says so, there's not much we can do about it now.
Although it wasn't the answer she wanted, it was the one she expected.
I think I could pull a train. I think I could.
And she puffed away. And all the engines got back to work. Until the sun started to set. And the storm came in. The two little shunters were shivering in one of the sheds. Even Tilly's little bird was chattering its little beak away.
I'm afraid for the other engines, Tilly. I don't know if they could handle this. Well, they're bigger engines, so they must be able to handle it.
Unfortunately, Tilly was wrong. Georgia, a big and strong engine, was traveling through a barely visible snow hellscape. Even with her lamp on full blast, they couldn't see anything. Little did she know about the points up ahead. They were frozen over and leading towards a massive snowdrift. She couldn't have possibly seen what was coming up next, till it was too late.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry.
Georgia whimpered. Oh, it wasn't your fault. Icy snow caused the accident and your water injector's broken, so you're not going anywhere anyway. No, either way, they were still shivering cold with a full train. So they had to wait for another train to come pick them up. Which is when Farnsworth appeared, though he didn't seem very happy to see them. Oh, thank goodness, said the guard. You think you can pull us up to the... No. What? Why? It wouldn't be dignified for an engine such as myself to be pulling such a train. Besides, my knuckle bucklers are frozen to these coaches. Toodaloo. Good train indeed. They tried the same with Pete when he came by, but he gave a somewhat similar answer. With my consist, there's no way I'm pulling all of that. I'm already tired from the journey back and forth. They even tried with old Jebediah, but he was far too weak to pull anything beyond the boxcar.
I wish I could help you all, but I might know someone who can.
And he puffed away back to the yards. When Jebediah returned, he saw Farnsworth and Pete being told off by the manager, mostly for not helping out.
Hello, Jebediah,
began Philip.
What brings you here?
Oh, it's a terrible tragedy. Georgia's run into a snowdrift and now she's stuck.
Well, whatever do we do now?
It's not about what we do, it's about what you do. You always wanted to pull the train and now you have a chance. And you two run off to help Georgia. You think you can manage that?
Well, I think I could.
And that's all they needed to say, as they rushed off to help Georgia.
And you're sure you can handle this?
Georgia asked.
Well, I think I can.
And she puffed away, and while Philip took Georgia back to the yards, she just hoped Tilly was right. But as Tilly approached further to the mountains, she felt a bit uneasy.
I haven't been out this far before. Everything looks the same. It really is all just rocks and trees and stuff.
But she carried on regardless. But even when the snowstorm dissipated, she didn't like what she saw ahead of her. A mountain, of which the like she's never tackled before. All she had to say for herself was,
I think I can.
she chattered through cold teeth. As she attacked the climb, she felt the weight of the train for once, dragging her back. And over the sides were rocky mountains, sharp jagged rocks that if she dared trip over, she'd fall into. But even so, she carried on, dragging herself up the mountain, all the while mumbling to herself, giving herself the strength to carry on. Until she finally pulled herself over the mountain. But then a new problem arose. It was hard going up, but it was way too easy going down. And soon she found herself unstoppable. She tried applying her brakes, but they didn't work. The icy rails provided no grip, so she just kept on sliding down the mountain. Even when she made it to the bottom, the truck surged her on, pushing her further and further down the line at high speeds. Little did she know up ahead was a landslide blocking the line. But even when Tilly rounded the bend and saw it, she thought there was nothing she could do. She closed her eyes and braced for impact when...
Huh? Wait. What happened?
With the speed she was going at, and her cow catchers, she was able to go straight through it.
Huh. Great day to have cow catchers, I guess.
The bird twittered in agreement, and she carried on through the night. Not too far up ahead, Tilly was stopped by a man standing by the line. He looked quite anxious.
What's wrong?
You can't go any further, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, some of the bridge supports have rotted away and have fallen into the water. There's nothing more we can do. Besides, it's not like you could get over it. Tilly just hissed steam at the man.
I am getting over it, and I will. I think I can, so I will.
And so she did. She huffed through the tunnel, and on the other side, she could see the severity of the damage.
Goodness me.
Iron rails dangling over the icy waters, with nothing to support them. There was no way around it, no way under it, and no way over it.
I won't let a silly bridge stop me. Not now.
And courageously, she puffed over the old bridge.
I think I can. I think I can. No. I know I can.
And as she cleared the bridge, so did one truck, then the next, then the next, then the box fans. But just as the boost was about to clear the broken section of bridge, the rails fell into the water. But before anything else could fall, Tilly quickly hauled the train back onto the rails.
I've done it! I've done it!
She called, whistling into the day. As Tilly arrived at the station, she was surprised to see so many people waiting for her. "What's all this for?" she asked as she came to a stop. "It's because of what you brought us. You brought the supplies we need to get through this winter," said a man. Tilly was pleasantly surprised. She'd always wanted to pull a train, but she never knew what she was pulling. Now she knew she was very happy and very proud of herself. "But how did you manage to get so far?"
Well, I thought I could, and I did.
And the people of the town cheered and clapped for the little engine that could. When the bridge was fixed, Tilly was able to return home, and she returned to a chorus of whistles. Even the grumpy manager was proud. "I could have done it too, you know." "Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it." Philip, ever eager, rolled up to Tilly.
You did it! You did it, Tilly!
He cheered.
Yeah, I did it. And you know what, Philip? It was worth it.
Are you kidding me?
What's wrong, boss? Yeah, not to question your grand plan and all, but that is the little engine that could.
That isn't what I'm looking for.
Ah, come on, it's blue, it's cheerful, it's happy, it's the word, it said the thing, it said the thing, that word, words to live by.
What do you see on its funnel?
Snow? No.
No,
Lamp?
it's not that.
No, it's not that. Is it the bird? Yeah, nothing in particular.
Exactly. That is not the right one.
Oh, he meant the cartoon
Yeah, I knew
train.
something was up.
Oh, I love the cartoons. The cartoon with a big face on his head. Like Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes.
Splodge. Remind me if I were to ever kill myself, I could soar to the heights of your blind devotion and leap down towards her IQ.
Okay, understood, boss, understood. Alright, let's get back to work. I hate it when he uses big words to insult our intelligence. I went to Oxford.